Hey guys, welcome back to Mind Keys. What's up? My name is Dave, and for those of you that don't know me, believe it or not, I'm a coach and a hypnotherapist and an awakener and someone who's on the path of awakening myself. So I like to talk about all that kind of stuff here on the channel. And my expertise and my specialties right now are working with people who want to let go of anxiety, first of all. Second of all, people who want to integrate any of their learnings from their psychedelic experiences into their everyday lives. And more broadly, more generally, people who have some sort of awakening and spiritual path that they're on, but there's kind of a disconnect between that and their everyday lives, and they want to integrate those things together more. So if any of that is of interest to you, or if in general you're into personal development, then welcome to the channel. This is going to be a spot you're going to want to watch. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it here. So this is my maybe fourth attempt at recording a cogent video for you on this topic, which really should be a very brief topic. Taking a little detour through the trees here, out into this little meadow. Okay, so long story short, I wanted to share with you a tool that I've recently come back into use of again that has been absolutely game-changing for me and absolutely transformative, and it's too good to keep to myself. It's too beautiful, it's too important, and so I want to share it with you. And it's just a friendly reminder from the universe through my face to you here, and here it is. Meditate upon the divinity inside of yourself. This is something I used to do and something I know to do, but something that I had stopped doing for a long time. And then recently had a friend send me an article from a guy named Michael Sarion, T-S-A-R-I-O-N, where he makes a strong case that the importance of the divinity in the individual is not to be overlooked or overignored, and that this is actually, for most people, the missing piece in their spiritual path. And so he made such a compelling case, got me thinking about it, and I decided, hey, why not? I normally meditate in kind of a more of a vipassana, mindfulness kind of way, but I figured, why not give it a shot? See what happens if I spend more time focusing on the divinity inside myself specifically, rather than more broadly and abstractly the divinity in the universe. And it's unreal how rapidly it healed my body, healed my nervous system, released all the anxiety and all the stress that had been accumulating inside of me. How rapidly it grounded me, brought me deep peace, and started to create small kundalini shifts in my body. My body started pulsing and shaking and releasing stuck energy. And all of a sudden I got super clear, super vibrant, high vibrational, filled with peace, filled with bliss, and stayed that way. And that was inside of 10 minutes that happened. And it was so profound how good I felt afterwards, and I've been doing this every day, and it's so profound how good I feel every time I do it that I could not share it with you. And there's a few reasons, to put that in context of this channel and who you might be as an audience member if I've done my marketing correctly and I'm reaching the right eyeballs and the right ears. I want to put that into context for you a little bit. So one of the things that's going on right now in the world with all of the protests and the rioting and all of the kind of fighting online on social media that's going on right now, the kind of culture wars that are happening, one of the things that happens with that is that we're prone to allow our attention to get sucked outside of ourselves too much. And we are too attentive to what's going on out there, and we become obsessed, and we become hooked, and we become engaged, and we become caught up in these ideas and these arguments and this mental exploration and watching, and we become kind of hypervigilant. We become too aware of what's going on outside ourselves. And part of that is rooted, of course, in our own probably tendencies towards codependency and our own tendencies towards, or not tendencies rather, but maybe our history of our own personal traumas. I'll be doing more videos on trauma work because, quite frankly, it's such a crucial key part of spiritual development and personal healing, personal transformation. You can't go through this process of awakening without acknowledging the places where you've been wounded and where you're still holding on to those wounds and allowing those to shape your perception and shape your behavior, right? It's just, You can't reconcile and become your best without releasing, the wounds that might be in the way, that might be blocking that. There's no way around that. And so that's stuff we'll be talking about more, but obviously there are a lot of people in the world right now, and you might be one of them, whose trauma is triggered. And quite honestly, what I see a lot of going on is people who are allowing their trauma to guide their behavior and guide their cognition. They're allowing their trauma to shape their approach to the world and their view of the world. And all of that is kind of getting in the way, right? So you might be experiencing some of that yourself. Even if you're, let's say removed from the riots and the protests and you've been detached, you might notice that you're a little too detached. You might notice that you are tuned out, that you're spaced out, that you're demotivated, that you don't want to do anything. These are all trauma responses. You may notice that that's what would be called flight, basically. It's spacing out. You might notice that, or freeze. You might notice that you are, ungrounded, disconnected from yourself, not sure what you think or feel. You might notice that you're just anxious, that you're jittery, that you're uncomfortable most of the time, that your reptilian brain is just firing on overdrive and you're just kind of hot-headed and not able to cool down and ground out and center. All of that, the codependency, the emphasis on the other, the getting caught up in the arguments, the defensiveness, the upsetness, the tuning out, the overwhelm, all of that can be remedied, or at least improved, if not totally remedied, by meditating on the divinity inside of yourself. What I've been noticing as I've been doing this practice, I've been doing this for a little over a week now, and that first experience was potent, and every experience since has been nearly as potent. And what I'm finding is that if you're not in yourself, if you're not aligned inside of yourself, then you basically are available for the world to manipulate you. You basically become fodder to be controlled, to be triggered, to be manipulated. And so you want to ground inside of yourself because it gives you strength, gives you clarity, gives you power, gives you ease, gives you peace, gives you relaxation. It gives you this very high vibrational, very super vibrant, energy rich, but very calm, grounded, potent kind of energy. And I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that that might be a useful thing for a lot of people right now to have for themselves. So I want to recommend this strongly to you. If you aren't, but here's the thing, some of you aren't going to be very good at meditating. Maybe you're under-skilled at it, under-practiced at it, or just have a story in your head that you're not a good meditator. That's a big one for a lot of people. Or perhaps, maybe you are good at it, but you just haven't done it in a while. Or maybe when I say something like meditate on the divinity inside of yourself, it triggers maybe something inside of yourself that says, well, isn't that just going to make me more egoic and more narcissistic and more egocentric? And you're afraid of doing it the wrong way. You don't want to be spoiling yourself at a spiritual level, because of some guy on the internet saying, hey, focus on the divinity inside of yourself. Those are all understandable issues. And so what I decided to do was I decided to make 2 videos on this. I'm going to make one just kind of describing the optimal kind of attitude or kind of mind space you want to be in when you're meditating on the divinity inside of yourself, so that you're avoiding getting trapped in your ego more, so that you're avoiding getting stuck in your identity, so that you're avoiding kind of reinforcing negative tendencies inside of yourself, but instead you're holding it just the right way so that it really helps you to expand and heal, and actually does the opposite. It actually releases you from ego, actually releases you from self-obsession, or just your own narrative, your own contraction around who you are. Also, I'm going to make a second video that'll be guiding you through it. So it'll be a guided meditation where I'm kind of helping you through that process. So helping you remind yourself how to posture your mind, posture your energy correctly again and again and again, so that you kind of get the hang of it, kind of training wheels for this practice, if you will. So if that's of interest to you, please know it'll be up on my membership site this week. And it'll be free to all members. So it'll be just another page along with the stuff I've already done on, let me see, social anxiety, general anxiety, the stuff I'm doing on complex PTSD. This will be there as well. So this is available to all of you along with all this other stuff, including a whole free course on how to stay sane while the world goes crazy around us. All of that is available to you for $30 a month. That's $1 a day, immediately. And you can cancel anytime if you don't like it, or if it's not working for you, or you got the value out of it you needed. There's no obligation. There's no major financial thing. I want to make something that was low commitment, that was highly affordable for most people, even during COVID, but still was a set of tools and resources so that maybe you can't afford a therapist, or obviously you can't go to a group meditation. You've got the tools available to start to work on yourself. So if you're someone who's seeking to work on yourself, you're someone who is a seeker, who is on the path of awakening, but you're still struggling with these very human things that we all struggle with, then that's why I made this. I made this for you. So if that's of interest, that's available to you. But obviously, meditation is something you don't have to pay me to do. It's something you can just do. So this is ultimately a free message that I just wanted to deliver to you because I've gotten so much fucking value out of it. And so I just want to leave you with that. I want to encourage you to reconnect. I want to encourage you to connect with the beauty and the most pure, most amazing depths of your being, and discover that in there is divinity. That in there is the sacred. Like the same energy, the same life force that creates universes, that created all of this, exists inside of each of us as a spark. It exists inside of you. And I'm saying in no uncertain terms that connecting to that is one of the most profoundly healing, empowering, grounding, calming, soothing, strengthening things you can do for yourself right now in this world, this time of chaos and upheaval. So I hope that's useful to you, and I really, truly do wish you the best. And, take care, stay strong. Let me know if this resonates for you, and if you're interested in the membership page, I will leave a link below for that for you. And also, if there's anything you want to see me talk about, there's any topics you want me to address, any struggles you're having that you need support around, feel free to comment below. I would love to hear about it. I'm curious because I'm still figuring out who you are, who is my audience, who's watching this, what are your abilities, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what's your background, what do you know, what do you not know, what do you need help with? I'm still trying to figure that out exactly. So let me know below, and I'm happy to adjust my content accordingly, as I start to get more information coming in. All right, be well, take care guys, much love to you all, and I will see you in the future. Peace.